Welcome back to Politics with Conservabri.
So, Canada, what if I told you? How dumb do you think we are?
Ever notice how Mark Carney talks a big game when it comes to supporting the farmers? But I'm sure he's aware on how much we spend on agriculture overseas, on other countries' farmers. Well, I found those numbers, and they're wild. Tens of millions, hundreds of millions of our tax dollars went to rice, beans, and women farmer projects in foreign countries. Meanwhile, Canadian farmers are getting a fraction of that. Why is our own backyard getting second place? Let's get into it. Let's start with maybe what we should be getting, what we were promised. Because the Canadian government, the department that looks over Canada's farming, the AAFC, was saying they plan to spend $3.9 billion in 2025. Well, the year is almost over and we haven't even seen 10% of that. And that included everything. Research, innovation, supports, stability programs. Great. Okay. But when it comes to foreign agriculture programs, the numbers are actually insane. According to the stats portal for Global Affairs Canada, Canadian international assistance for farmers is hitting millions, hundreds of millions. There's one program, Beans for Women Empowerment for Congo, valued at $22 million, which is a project that is supposed to strengthen gender equality and resources for women that are working bean farming, have better conflict resolution in their area. I quite literally can't even make this up. So what was this actually called? It's called Mark Carney sells out our tax dollars to the Congo for a program to a country with a very weak democratic system and major government challenges. Meanwhile, the Canadian farmers that are doing the corn, the wheat, the dairy, getting crushed by unaffordable liberal taxes. It's not just helping the world. It's quite literally a priority that we would have for our government to prioritize our farmers before they send our tax dollars to another country for their farmers. Moving on to the next one. We're greening our rice. Gender just rice. Low carbon rice in Vietnam. $8.2 million. But again, we're paying millions to improve rice farming in Vietnam. Why are our taxpayer dollars being given to a communist country that exploits workers, enslaves them, and makes them work for less than half of a dollar? Are we supporting this? I just don't understand. We almost damn near canceled Shein because of their labor force. But we're okay with our federal government funneling millions of dollars to communists for their labor slavery. Canada's farmers are actually dealing with the cost of fertilizer, equipment, tax pressures, weak supports. The government's plan is climate smart and global helping. Well, then go to the Green Party then, Mark. Head on over with Elizabeth May. Quite literally. What about Canada? I mean, seriously. So let's compare these. The AAFC says they plan to spend $1.9 billion on Canadian farms and agriculture. But when you look at the new supports for Canadian farmers in 2025, the number doesn't exceed $311 million. And the international agriculture assistance is $611 million. Taxpayer dollars for 2025 so far. Think about that ratio. Your tax dollar more likely to fund beans in the Congo than to prop up your local Canadian farm down the road. That is a core issue here. This is not about, oh, we can help both. It's about them choosing overseas first. So I speak with a lot of people on a daily basis, and a lot of people say to me, well, why should I care? It's not like it's coming out of my wallet. And I don't think they understand by the federal government collecting taxes directly off of your check, and then that's where it's going. But also another aspect you'd like to consider is that Canadian farms fail, our food security will suffer, which means higher costs, less local production, more imports, layoffs, less jobs. And the government is going to continue to prioritize foreign spending over domestic supports. The message is very clear. It reads, our Canadian citizens come second. Some of these foreign aid programs are labeled as gender equality, climate change, but many are in places of weak law. That's a severe risk of misusage of our taxpayer dollars. Minimal actual benefit. Meanwhile, Canadian farmers are on national television crying. Many are in debt. They're seeing a reduced R&D, and the funding for them has dropped. So yeah, I get it. There's a need to help abroad, but also there's a question of priority here. And when we're giving our money away to these foreign countries, our Canadian dollars, our taxpayer dollars that's supposed to continue to circulate in our economy, where is that money now going? Outside of the country. So yes, I get it. We're helping overseas, but the question should be, when do we become that priority? Shouldn't the Canadian citizens, the ones paying for it, and the Canadian farmers be first? Next time, Mark Carney says, we're investing in agriculture. Ask where exactly is that money going? Ask why these overseas projects for rice and beans get sent millions while your neighbor down the street is drowning in debt. We have the capability, we have the land, we have the people, we have the systems. When is Canada first going to mean Canada first? Well, that was all for today, guys. Thank you for watching Politics with Conservabri. Drop a comment below. Are you a farmer? How does this affect you? And if you'd like more videos, hit that subscribe and that like button. I'll see you in the next one.